Hello, everyone, welcome back to our channel. Today, let's explore a crucial topic for the health of your furry four-legged, how the dog gets angry. Before we dive into this essential subject, don't forget to leave your like, subscribe to the channel and enable notifications so you don't miss out on any amazing content about pet care. After all, your best friend's health comes first. Before we talk about how anger can affect our little four-legged friends, I want to share an emotional moment with you. Remember that tight hug your dog gave you when you needed it most? Pets are real family members, which is why it is crucial to understand how to protect them from diseases such as anger. Now, let's get to the heart of the matter. Rabies is a serious viral disease that can affect any mammal, including our beloved dogs. Today, I will share essential information for you to understand how this disease is transmitted and why prevention is crucial. Let's start by discussing the modes of transmission of anger. We will explore how this disease can be transmitted from one animal to another and what preventive measures you can take to protect your pet. Diamond suit rabies is a viral disease that affects the central nervous system and is transmitted mainly through the saliva of an infected animal. Let's dive into the modes of transmission so you can better understand how your pet can contract this disease. 1. Bites and scratches. The most common form of rabies transmission is through bites and scratches from infected animals. Saliva containing the virus is introduced into the body of the healthy animal through skin injuries. We will discuss the importance of supervising your pet's interactions with other animals and how to act if a bite or scratch occurs. The most common form of transmission, bites and scratches. The transmission of rabies through bites and scratches is the most common route for the virus to enter the body of a healthy animal. Let's delve into this form of contagion and understand how careful supervision can play a crucial role in prevention and proper management in case of exposure. Importance of the supervision. 1. Control of social interactions. Supervising your pet's interactions with other animals is critical to preventing bites and scratches. Animals can express aggression for a variety of reasons, and being aware of these signs can help prevent confrontations that may result in injury. 2. Identification of risky behavior. Knowing the behavior of your own pet and understanding how it communicates with other animals is essential. Identifying signs of stress, fear or aggression can help anticipate risky situations and intervene before harmful incidents occur. 3. Controlled environments. Creating controlled environments for your pet's social interactions is an effective strategy. This may include secure fences, supervised recreation areas or leashed rides. By controlling the environment, you reduce the risks of unpleasant encounters. How to act in case of bite or scratch. 1. Immediate cleaning. If your pet suffers a bite or scratch, the first action is to clean the wound immediately with water and mild soap. This helps reduce the risk of infection and minimizes the chance of the virus entering the body. 2. Urgent vétérinaire consultation. After cleaning, it is crucial to immediately seek the guidance of a veterinarian. Rabies is a serious disease and early treatment can make a difference. If possible, provide information about the animal that caused the injury, such as your health status and vaccination history. 3. Observation and quarantine. Your vet may recommend watching your pet for signs of rabies and in some cases quarantine. Early diagnosis is critical to treatment effectiveness if exposure to rabies has occurred. Always remembering that prevention is the best strategy. Supervising your pet's interactions, understanding their behaviors and acting quickly in case of injuries are essential steps to ensure the health and well-being of your pet. 2. Licking of mucous membranes and open wounds. Diamond suit. In addition to bites, rabies can be transmitted if infected saliva comes into contact with mucous membranes or open wounds. This highlights the importance of keeping your pet's wounds clean and protected, as well as monitoring their interactions with other animals to avoid the risk of contact with contaminated saliva. Importance of wound cleaning and protection. 1. Keep wounds clean. Proper hygiene is essential to prevent the entry of rabies virus. Make sure to always keep your pet's sores clean by carefully applying products recommended by the veterinarian to prevent infection. 2. Use of protectors. In cases of open wounds, the use of protectors such as bandages or protective cones can be an effective measure to prevent contaminated saliva from coming into direct contact with the lesion. Consult your veterinarian for specific guidance on the appropriate type of protection. Monitoring interactions with other animals. 1. Avoid contact with unknown animals. Keeping your pet away from unfamiliar animals, especially if you suspect they may be infected, is a sensible preventative measure. This minimizes the risk of contact with contaminated saliva from other animals. 2. Constant supervision. When taking your pet to shared environments, such as parks or public areas, it is crucial to maintain constant supervision. This allows you to intervene immediately if your pet tries to lick or interact with other animals in a potentially risky way. Active prevention. 1. Regular vaccination. In addition to the mentioned preventive measures, regular rabies vaccination is one of the most effective ways to protect your pet. Consult your veterinarian for a vaccination plan appropriate to your pet's needs. 2. Periodic veterinary consultations. Having regular veterinary visits not only allows you to maintain your pet's overall health, but also gives you the opportunity to discuss specific preventive measures to prevent rabies. Understanding how anger can be transmitted through licks on mucous membranes and open wounds highlights the importance of specific care practices. By adopting these measures, you contribute significantly to the protection of your little four-legged friend against this serious illness. 3. Exposure to nerve tissues. Diamond suit rabies can also be transmitted through direct exposure to nerve tissues of an infected animal. This can occur during hunting or improper handling of a dead animal. We will address precautions to be taken when dealing with wild animals and how to avoid risky situations. Risks associated with nerve tissue exposure. 1. Handling of carcasses. Handling wild animal carcasses, especially those suspected of being infected with rabies, presents significant risks. Exposure to nerve tissues such as the brain and spinal cord is one of the most direct ways of contracting the virus. 2. Hunting activities. Hunters should be aware of the risks associated with hunting animals that may be carriers of the rabies virus. Contact with nerve tissues during the hunting process can be a route of transmission, and strict precautions must be taken. Precautions when dealing with wild animals. 1. Avoid direct contact. The fundamental rule when dealing with wild animals is to avoid any direct contact, especially with parts of the body that contain nerve tissues. The use of protective gloves and other safety equipment is highly recommended. 2. Notify the authorities. If you find a dead wild animal or suspected of being sick, notify local animal control authorities immediately. They have the resources and training to deal with potentially dangerous situations. 3. Education and awareness. Finding out about the signs of rabies-infected wildlife is crucial. Knowledge about typical behaviors of sick animals can help avoid risky situations. Avoid situations of risk. 1. Specific training. For those who frequent areas where exposure to wildlife is most likely, such as rural workers, it is beneficial to receive specific training on how to prevent rabies transmission. 2. Keep safe distance. The basic rule is to keep a safe distance from wild animals, especially if they look sick or aggressive. This simple precaution can prevent dangerous encounters. By understanding the risks associated with exposure to nerve tissues of infected animals, we can take proactive measures to prevent risky situations and protect the health of our pets. Awareness and respect for natural habitats are key to safe coexistence with wildlife. Preventive measures. Now that we understand the modes of transmission, it is crucial to take preventive measures to protect our furry friends. We will discuss the importance of regular rabies vaccination, especially if your pet has frequent contact with other animals. In addition, we will talk about supervision during play and interactions, as well as strategies to minimize risks. 1. Regular rabies vaccination. One of the most effective measures in preventing rabies is regular vaccination. Be sure to keep your pet's vaccinations up to date, following the schedule recommended by your vet. This is especially crucial if your pet has frequent contact with other animals or is exposed to outdoor environments. 2. Periodic veterinary consultations. Scheduling regular veterinary appointments is essential to assess your pet's overall health. During these visits, discuss with your veterinarian your vaccination history and any specific concerns related to rabies. Early detection of signs of infection may be vital for successful treatment. 3. Supervision during games and interactions. Close supervision during play and social interactions is a valuable preventive practice. Be present and attentive when your pet is interacting with other animals, especially if you don't know them well. This helps prevent situations that may result in bites or scratches. 4. Risk mitigation strategies. A leash and guide during tours. When taking your pet for outdoor walks, always wear a leash and guide. This not only provides control over the animal's movement, but also helps prevent unwanted contacts with other potentially infected animals. B. Controlled environments. Create controlled environments for your pet's social interactions. This can include enclosed areas in dog parks or safe spaces at home. Controlled environments minimize the risk of exposure to unknown animals. C. Dog behavior education. Understand canine behavior and be aware of signs of discomfort or aggression. Knowing the signs, you can proactively intervene to avoid conflicts that can lead to bites. 5. Awareness of hazardous sites. If you live in areas where anger is most prevalent, it is crucial to be aware of the specific risks associated with your region. Talk to your veterinarian about additional prevention strategies that can be applied in high-risk environments. 6. Education for pet owners. Well-informed owners are the front line in rabies prevention. Constantly seek up-to-date information, participate in awareness programs, and be aware of best practices to ensure your pet's safety. Remember, prevention is the key to keeping your pet safe from rabies. By understanding how the disease is transmitted, you can take proactive steps to ensure the continued health and happiness of your little four-legged friend. Before we continue, I want to hear your experiences. Leave in the comments if your pet has ever faced any disease and share how you handled it. Also, suggest which topic you would like to see here on the channel. Your participation is key. Continuing, let's talk now about the treatment of rabies in dogs. Although it is a serious disease, understanding treatment options can offer hope in cases of exposure. Treatment of rabies in dogs. Although rabies is a serious and unfortunately often fatal disease, it is crucial to understand treatment options, especially in cases of exposure. It is worth noting that treatment after the manifestation of symptoms is rare, as rabies usually progresses rapidly. However, in situations of possible exposure, some measures can be taken. 1. Isolation and observation. When a dog is potentially exposed to rabies, either by a bite of a suspicious animal or another form of contact, the veterinarian may recommend isolating the animal for a period of observation. This is crucial for monitoring any initial symptoms of the disease. 2. Post-exposure vaccination. In cases of suspected exposure, the veterinarian may administer the rabies vaccine and, in some cases, the rabies immunoglobulin. Post-exposure vaccination is a preventive measure that can prevent the progression of infection if the virus has not yet reached the central nervous system. 3. Euthanasia in confirmed cases. If a dog is diagnosed with rabies, euthanasia is often the only humanitarian option. This is due to the fact that there is no specific treatment once the symptoms appear and the disease reaches the central nervous system. Euthanasia is a difficult decision, but it is a measure to prevent the suffering of the animal and prevent the spread of the disease. 4. Importance of rapid intervention. Time is critical when it comes to possible exposure to anger. Seeking veterinary help immediately after any suspicious incident is critical for proper assessment and advice. 5. Prevention as the best approach. It is essential to emphasize that prevention is the best approach to anger. Regular vaccination, especially in areas where the disease is more prevalent, is the most effective way to protect your dog against rabies. Keeping distance from unfamiliar animals and avoiding risky situations are also crucial components of prevention. 6. Education for owners. Pet owners should be aware of the risks and importance of keeping your pet's vaccination records up to date. In addition, understanding the signs of behavior of a potentially infected animal and taking quick action in case of exposure are key elements in protecting against rabies. In summary, although rabies treatment in dogs is challenging and often limited, prevention is still the best strategy. Regular vaccination, close supervision and rapid intervention in situations of possible exposure are crucial to ensure the safety and continued health of our furry friends. We will uncover some common myths about anger by providing accurate and enlightening information to ensure you are well informed about this condition. Rabies is a disease that is often the target of myths and misinformation. We will clear up some of these misconceptions with accurate information to ensure you are well informed about this serious condition. 1. Myth: anger affects only aggressive dogs. Truth: rabies can affect any mammal, including dogs, cats, and even humans. It is not exclusive to aggressive animals, and any mammal can contract the disease if exposed to the virus. 2. Myth: if an animal shows no signs of agitation, it cannot be angry. Truth: not all infected animals exhibit aggressive signs. Some animals may appear more lethargic, disoriented, or exhibit subtle behavioral changes. Rabies may manifest from several forms, and not only in the stereotyped aggressive form. 3. Myth: if an animal has been bitten by an infected animal, there is nothing to do. Truth: if an animal has been bitten by a suspect of being infected, measures can be taken to prevent rabies. This includes the administration of post-exposure vaccines and, in some cases, rabies immunoglobulin. Rapid intervention is crucial to increase the effectiveness of these measures. 4. Myth: rabies is curable with antibiotics or other common drugs. Truth: unfortunately, there is no cure for rabies once symptoms appear and the disease hits the central nervous system. Prevention through vaccination is the most effective approach. 5. Myth: only bats will transmit anger. Truth: although bats are often associated with the transmission of rabies, any mammal can be a carrier of the virus. Dogs, cats, foxes, and even domestic animals like rabbits and hamsters can contract and transmit rabies. 6. Myth: if an animal has been vaccinated against rabies, it cannot contract the disease. Truth: although vaccination significantly reduces the risk of contracting rabies, it is not an absolute guarantee of immunity. However, vaccinated animals usually have a more effective response to exposure to the virus, making the development of the disease less likely. 7th myth: rabies is an extinct disease. Truth: unfortunately, anger has not yet been eradicated and remains a threat in many parts of the world. Vaccination, animal control, and education are crucial for prevention. By unlocking these myths, we seek to provide accurate and enlightening information about anger. Proper understanding of the disease is critical to taking appropriate preventive measures and ensuring the safety of our pets and the wider community. In addition to the physical impact, we will discuss the emotional impact that anger can have on pet owners. It is critical to address this often overlooked aspect of pet health. Emotional impact on pet owners affected by rabies. While we often focus on the physical aspects of rabies, it is crucial to recognize and address the emotional impact this disease can have on pet owners. The deep bond between pets and their owners makes the emotional impact even more significant. Let's explore this often overlooked dimension of pet health. 1. Constant distress and concern. Suspicion or confirmation that a pet may have been exposed to rabies can trigger deep distress in the owners. Uncertainty about the outcome and constant concern for the animal's well-being can be emotionally exhausting. 2. Guilt and self-criticism. Owners may feel guilty about situations that led to possible exposure, even if they did their best to protect their pets. This guilt and self-criticism can be detrimental to the owner's emotional well-being. 3. Making difficult decisions. In cases of confirmed exposure, owners may be faced with difficult decisions, such as opting for euthanasia to avoid suffering of the animal and prevent the spread of the disease. These decisions deeply impact the emotional side of owners. 4. Early grief. Fear of imminent loss can lead owners to experience an early grieving process. The prospect of saying goodbye to the pet, often considered part of the family, can cause deep sadness. 5. Lasting psychological stress. The period of observation and treatment after exposure can be emotionally draining for owners. Lasting psychological stress can arise due to uncertainty and anxiety associated with the situation. 6. Need for emotional support. Pet owners affected by rabies often need emotional support. This may include mentoring mental health professionals, pet owner support groups, or friends and family members who understand the unique connection between humans and their pets. 7. Emotional health education of owners. Promoting education on the emotional health of owners is fundamental. Veterinary health professionals can play a crucial role in providing information, support, and resources to help owners deal with the emotional impact of anger. 8. Importance of prevention. Recognizing the emotional impact of anger further highlights the importance of prevention. Regular vaccination, careful supervision, and the adoption of preventive measures significantly reduce the risk of exposure, relieving the associated emotional stress. In addressing the emotional impact on pet owners affected by rabies, we highlight the need for a holistic approach to pet health. This includes not only physical care, but also the emotional support needed to help owners meet the emotional challenges associated with potentially traumatic situations. Before we close, here's an extra tip. In addition to the crucial information about anger and its impact, here are some additional prevention and care tips pet owners can consider to ensure the health and well-being of their pets. 1. Identification with microchip. Consider identifying your pet through microchip. This can be vital in situations of possible exposure, making it easier to locate the owner in case of loss or if the animal comes into contact with a suspected rabies. 2. Maintenance of internal and external environments. Keep indoor and outdoor environments where your pet lives clean and safe. This not only reduces the risk of exposure to rabies, but also promotes a healthy environment for your pet. 3. Control of parasites. Adopt regular parasite control measures such as fleas and ticks. These parasites can not only affect the physical health of your pet, but also increase the risk of exposure to diseases transmitted by bites or scratches. 4. Behavioral training. Investing in behavioral training can help avoid risky situations. Teach obedience commands that allow you to keep track of your pet in various situations, reducing the likelihood of aggressive confrontations with other animals. 5. Regular programming of veterinary consultations. Keep a regular schedule of veterinary consultations. In addition to vaccinations, regular visits allow the veterinarian to monitor the overall health of your pet, early identifying any signs of illness. 6. Masters continuing education. Stay informed about the specific care required for the breed and age of your pet. Continuous animal health education contributes to a safer and healthier environment for your furry friend. 7. Adequate supplementation. Consider proper supplementation to ensure your pet receives all the essential nutrients. This strengthens the immune system and contributes to disease resistance. 8. Exercise and mental stimulation. Provide exercises suitable for your pet, along with mental stimuli. This not only promotes physical health, but also prevents destructive behaviors and helps maintain a balanced emotional state. 9. Dental health monitoring. Take care of your pet's dental health. Regular tooth brushing and the provision of appropriate chewable toys help prevent dental problems that can affect overall health. 10. Health insurance for pets. Consider getting a pet health insurance. This can provide financial peace of mind in emergency medical situations and encourages the search for veterinary care when needed. By implementing these additional tips, pet owners are not only preventing anger, but also promoting a healthy and happy environment for their pets. Comprehensive preventive care contributes to the longevity and quality of life of pets. And speaking of amazing tips for your pets, be sure to check out the channel, Pet for Tips. There, you will find exclusive content for the health, happiness, and well-being of your pets. The link is in the description and in the first comment. Run there. I hope you enjoyed this informative video about how the dog gets angry. Remember, prevention is the key to the health of our furry friends. Don't forget to leave your like, share with other animal lovers, and of course subscribe to the channel for more content like this. Until next time, and take good care of your pets.